Raw emotions amid a disturbing discovery on Detroit's west side early Friday morning.
This is the story of Zambrecia Works, aged 22, a young medical doctor-to-be who was beaten with a bat and also shot to death by an acquaintance, Gregory Reynolds, age 46, during a heated argument after she would not let him touch her. Gregory later told his friends after the crime that he would have spared her life but had to finish her off because she was going to call her people on him after the encounter. Her body was later found inside a black car a day later at the same intersection where two dead bodies were found few days prior. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story will be taking us to Detroit, Michigan. As of recent years, Detroit had the fourth highest murder rate among major cities in the United States after St. Louis and Baltimore, and also the 42nd highest murder rate in the world. Zambrecia Works, aged 22, also known by friends and families as Breezy, was a sweet, loving, and nice person. The 22-year-old was dedicated to helping people overcome addiction and getting out of the streets. She also worked as an intern with the Detroit Fire Department. Breezy was active in Grow Detroit's Young Talent program. She spent time working with homeless addicts to help them off the streets and aspired to one day become a doctor. She just graduated from the Summer Academy a day before. Breezy was aspiring to be a doctor after all her endeavors, but tragedy struck few days to her 23rd birthday. Gregory Reynolds, age 46, met with Breezy, who was an acquaintance. He was said to have demanded for something physical from her, which she politely rejected because he was an elder. But unfortunately Gregory became possessive when he realized he can't have her in that way, so he lost his senses. Gregory proceeded to beating Breezy with a bat and then shooting her after she was almost dead just to make sure she was dead. He then met with his friends to tell them that he shot Breezy because she was going to call her people on him, and he said he had to finish it off. Her body was found in the back seat of a 2017 Dodge Journey on Stahelin Avenue near Vassar Drive one day later. Police started investigating the incident. They tried to find who was responsible for her death. It was made known to the police that Breezy and her mother lost a family member to gun violence 10 years prior.
Kitchen is live at Detroit's 6th precinct with the story of this area that really has seen a lot of trouble as of late, Dave.
Yeah, especially really at this corner, Stahelin and Vassar. What we know is that there's other developments tonight, too. Detroit police tell us that there has been an arrest in the murder of a woman whose body was found in the very same place where gunfire erupted today.
They definitely need to do something because it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy.
Anitra Simmons watched for the second time in recent days as Detroit police worked the scene of yet another shooting near her house. This time, police say two men were injured when a blue newer model GMC SUV opened fire. Cops say both of the victims are in their early 20s. One is critical, the other in serious condition.
It's scary to live right here.
This shooting scene, surrounded by police tape, encases a corner memorial for Zambrecia Works, who was found shot to death in an SUV parked in the very same spot at Stahelin and Vassar early Friday morning. The 22-year-old was dedicated to helping people overcome addiction and getting out of the streets, according to her family.
She made them better people, which we all should be doing.
She has such a big heart.
It's bad out here. Wow, I'm just shocked, very, very shocked.
People don't know where to turn, it sounds like.
Not at all, not at all.
Investigators had said Zambrecia, who dreamed of becoming a doctor and was a breakout star in the city's Grow Detroit's Young Talent program, was beaten to death. A bat was found in the car along with her body, but that bat turned out to be hers.
I was out here that morning. Her family was on the porch, and I was over here trying to help them, stay okay and whatnot, but it was a lot going on that morning.
Detroit police have not said if the two shootings are connected, but they continue to look at it.
There was a visual by family members earlier today, but not for sure if it's connected to that at all.
But no matter what, neighbors say they've simply had enough of the carnage.
And it's scary to even think coming out to see this and just want to enjoy my neighborhood. I can't even do that.
Meantime, at last check, police are still looking for that blue newer model GMC. If you have any information on that shooting, give police a call, and they remind us to tell you tips can be anonymous.
Days later, they got a hint and they arrested the killer, who was none other than 46-year-old Gregory Reynolds, Jr.
closed the case in the fatal shooting of a young rising star.
As Detroit's police chief holds a press conference to discuss the murder of Zambrecia Works, her mother can't believe she has lost a second child to gun violence.
I feel like I couldn't keep my kids here long enough to see where they goes, and it makes you feel bad as a mother.
On Tuesday, 46-year-old Gregory Reynolds was arraigned on several charges, including one count of first-degree murder for the killing of Zambrecia. Police say it was over a simple argument.
The officers began their homicide investigation, and through technology and witnesses, they were able to identify the offender. And on Sunday, just this past Sunday, August 21st, we took him into custody.
I'm shocked because I know my daughter wouldn't have never been out hanging with nowhere with him. So I figured they're not really telling me anything. Me knowing my child, she was also aware with somebody and they ran into him, they knew him. And he said something out the way to her, and she said, you know, I'm going to tell my mama.
In court Tuesday, it was revealed that Reynolds is no stranger to crime.
He does have from 1999 assault with intent to murder.
But Zambrecia was full of promise and had been working for the summer as a junior fire cadet for the Detroit Fire Department.
She just touched us, her spirit, her energy, her love for the citizens of Detroit.
The judge denied bond for Reynolds, and he will remain in the county jail.
Allegedly indicated that he told a witness that he shot her because she was going to be calling her people on him, and allegedly he also said he had to finish it off.
The Detroit Police Chief James White said in a press statement how she was killed.
The loss of two young people in our community. First, we'll start with the intern from the fire department. I just want to take a moment just to acknowledge the fact that the officers of our department continue to show their bravery and their hard work on a day in and day out basis. They just do incredible work, and I know I say it a lot, but I don't say it enough. I mean, they are just working at a level that I have not seen consistently over the past 26 years. They're working hard, putting in a lot of hours, and really utilizing their expertise to get these violent offenders off of our street. This is evident as they continue to make our community safer by arresting these violent offenders. I'm proud of them, and the hard work, as you all know, is 24/7. They don't get a day off. Even when they get a day off, we're oftentimes calling them to come back in and get the work done. I'm happy to announce, but also saddened by the facts and circumstances, that our homicide team has closed the case in the fatal shooting of a young rising star, young lady who is known to us because she worked in this very building. She worked in this very building as an intern. You've heard her story that she was going to be a doctor. She had the whole world in front of her, and sadly, a simple dispute cost her life. Her life mattered, and this simple dispute should not have led to this conclusion, which was, unfortunately, she was shot and killed in our city. I want her family to know that our thoughts and prayers are still with them, and our officers have done everything they could in this investigation, which has led to a very professional investigation and ultimately an arrest. The young woman was an intern with the Detroit Fire Department, and as I indicated, she had a bright future. And before we move on to the perpetrator and giving them too much time, I want to take a moment and talk about the life of this young woman, this future rising star. And I'm going to bring up Commander McGinnis, whose team led that investigation, to talk about her and bring some more insight into the investigation. Commander.
Thank you, Chief. As always, I want to express my condolences to the victim's family. They are suffering through a loss that those of us that haven't experienced what they're going through have no way of understanding. And unfortunately for this family, it's the second type of experience with this. They lost a sibling of our victim 10 years ago. So it's very tragic for this family, and the community needs to support them and help them in their healing. As Chief mentioned, we're glad to report that we were able to make an arrest. and the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office was able to issue charges on an offender for this case, but that doesn't bring her back. And so our support, we're here to support them and encourage you to do the same. As you're aware, on Friday, August 12th, police responded to a police run where the brother of our victim had discovered his sister deceased in a car. From that time, the officers began their homicide investigation, and through technology and witnesses, they were able to identify the offender. And on Sunday, just this past Sunday, August 21st, we took him into custody. We submitted a warrant request to the prosecutor's office detailing all the information and facts of the case, and Madam Prosecutor authorized charges including murder in the first degree, felon in possession, felony firearm, and habitual for. The defendant in the case is named Gregory Reynolds, and he was a male, 46 years old. I can share with you that he was an acquaintance of our victim, and that there was an argument that he decided to settle with gunfire. So with that, again, I'd ask you to please help support the family, and I'll take questions after.
Good afternoon. As was stated earlier, Zambrecia Works was part of our team, part of our family. She was a junior fire cadet with us this summer. For that short time, she just touched us, her spirit, her energy, her love for the citizens of Detroit, her love for the fire department, and just her love and her energy for people. She was a very hard worker, very kind person. Her smile would just light up a room, just light up the hallway every time she walked in the morning. So from the Detroit Fire Department, Commissioner Sims, and everyone, we just like to, our prayers go out to her family and her friends and everybody. And we want to thank the Detroit Police Department for closing this case. Thank you.
Gregory Reynolds was charged with first-degree murder in connection with the death of Zambrecia Works, age 22, of Detroit. He was arraigned and not given bond. He was remanded to the Wayne County Jail. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Zambrecia Works. May her gentle soul continue to rest in peace. We do hope justice is served soon. Please stay safe out there, and we will see you in the next video.